fishing area in the back, you can take a bunch of stairs down to.
That may be it.
Go fishing.
We like to go fishing.
Oh, she is.
We do have a golf cart, so.
That's why I love Bob's. Golf cart.
I love going through those trails with the golf cart.
Yep.
Trail work,
Yeah, we got spots in the water this year for Halloween. We got spots in the water for Halloween this year. Yes. Okay, so you guys had.
Do what? I know. Good, how are you? Is everybody signed in?
Able to find a phone number.
Thank you for looking. We had a small meeting for.
There's another chair.
And we went a lot of places.
Chair.
You have to,
I didn't realize that.
you have to figure, like, we went down to Otterman. Have you been there? It's fairly small. There's not much to do, but just for me and my husband to get away.
Well, I would have been here.
We would never be able to get there.
Did you guys like that? See those?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have, it's concrete paths, but you can literally walk to the resort from
Really?
that campground, yeah. They probably only have like 15, 18 spots.
Really?
I think it's full water, full electric hookups.
Oh, I did not know that. What happened?
Well, I think we don't have this time.
What happened?
We're about to sign something. We're not gonna have it.
It's that time, isn't it?
What?
It's that time.
I just went guns because I fixed a bunch of members
Yeah,
yesterday.
next week's our last tournament for this season, and then, August first starts the new season.
Wow.
Yep. Good times.
We don't go as much as we want because it's so much work to go.
Not for us, too bad. He said it was just sit there.
I know, but like I gotta go grocery shopping tomorrow.
What?
Cause we don't like to leave once we get there.
Do they do Uber Eats deliveries to campgrounds?
I'm sure they do.
Awesome. Site 231, here you go.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I know they deliver Amazon to most campsites. I haven't done it, but I've seen different people talk about it, but.
Hey, Jeff, right here. I think he had to work today. All right, 6:30, we'll call this meeting to order. We're gonna start with Shelley so that she can go ahead and notarize the paperwork so that she can go and do what she needs to do, for the ball field.
Here's both copies. And then on the very back page, I added, spots for signatures.
Owner, I guess would be us, we can all sign it. And the tenant would just be you, and then she can just notarize it below that.
I guess so, actually. Not exactly sure.
Sounds good to me.
Does that go? As long as it's legit. I think I also just saw Jeff pull it. But it's,
Yeah.
good. And since that's on both leases, I imagine we'll do the same thing on both, or copy it, or I don't know.
Oh, so, that's my first.
Is there not the verbiage there for the notary on the bottom?
No, it doesn't have the verbiage on
Normally I
it.
would just write like subscribe this one to before me this first day of July 2025 and just sign it and just stamp it. Is that okay?
Yeah, are you able to actually write that in, or do you need that typed in?
I can probably just write it in.
If you're able to do that. then-
Yeah, I mean, I have before, so.
Okay, okay.
She does a pretty nice handwriting, so we're good.
It's on video too, so.
Yeah.
You always signed better than I did. You know my handwriting.
I can read it though, barely.
Fashionably late.
We didn't got time for late board members. What this is, we're starting out with, Shelley's gonna notarize the, stuff for the ball field real quick so that she can do her stuff and go. So if you just wanna sign there on both papers, and then we'll have John come up and sign.
I'm gonna have Emily sign with me too.
That's
You
fine.
guys know, have you met Emily? It's my wife, Emily.
I met her at the
Okay.
ball field.
Yep.
You guys wanna come up and sign this then, and then Shelley can notarize it?
can't find another dollar.
We're all
It cost you that much to print the check. Yeah, you're right.
We'll sell, some more spaghetti dinners or something like that to take care of it. But no, looking forward to it. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate you part of this community with you guys.
Thank you.
You're gonna have some fun out there.
Thank you.
You're gonna get a copy, right? They're gonna get a copy and we're gonna have a copy, correct?
Yep.
Awesome.
This is exciting.
I was thinking you was practicing over there yesterday. I guess it was you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got practice. The girls are probably getting out there right about now. We practice tonight, tomorrow, and then Sunday, so. Then 2-week break and then we're right back at it.
It's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, season ends July 31st, so we have a 6-day tournament next week in Evansville.
Wow.
And then we'll have 2
Yes,
teams,
and
we'll have
then-
an 8U and a 10U. So the girls out there now are 9U. They'll be moving up. And then we have a new 8U team coming in too. So,
Keep it
lot
going.
of little ones. It's awesome. She's gonna be coaching the 8-year-olds, so.
Wish me luck.
We've been there.
Almost plenty of you guys down at the fields too.
More than you expect.
That's okay.
Jeff, credit for the day. Oh, I thought you had to work today.
Because work has to excuse.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Shelley.
You're welcome.
Didn't bring any confetti poppers.
So if we do this
I left
next
them at home with the
year,
silly string, dang it.
if we do it again next year, it'd be easier to have, will you send me something, I'll give it to me, so that we can.
Yeah,
put on there?
yeah,
Sweet.
that's fine.
Okay.
Take that.
I didn't know if you had anything about it.
Burkhart has a copy of our insurance.
Okay.
Well, I think that expired, was that one of those,
Oh, just
on the
that.
17th or something?
Okay.
But we'll have a new one.
Okay, gotcha.
Just type out what,
Just, let me know and I.
If that's
can just
something
send
I need to have on file
spreadsheet
here, or
and
just as long as it's
have it
with-
Put it on there.
I can send you a copy.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Thank you
Might
so
as well
much, I
have it on
appreciate it.
stashed away.
Sweet.
Bye.
Bye. See y'all.
Thank you.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
No.
No? We're excited.
Have you heard, has anybody heard about the lights yet?
I'm not.
They said they're gonna call us before they come. They're supposed to come sometime next week.
Next week, okay, I was just curious.
They told me like 3 to 5 days.
Well, the guy called me and told me it'd be a couple weeks.
Really? Okay. Well,
Sorry.
But from what it looks like, they've already stuck it in there, but they haven't called us.
I don't know, yesterday, or 2 days ago.
Cause when we did trash, we noticed that it looked like it was already in there.
So maybe somebody to check out, if you're there, shoot me a text if it's got a meter in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, if it's spinning, that means it's on.
Should be on, cause all the breakers are off.
Yep. Everything's got to roll something.
Let's see. And then we'll be in contact about flipping the water back on. And then the bathrooms, getting whatever you need for the bathrooms.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. We're pumped, our girls are pumped, the parents are pumped. So all the parents that are out here, most of them played there when they were in their teen years, so.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
So a
awesome.
bunch of the new girls coming from North Knox District. They're like, yeah, we used to play out here all the time, so this is great, so. Yeah, you guys got my phone number if you need anything.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're good to go, bud, good
awesome.
practice.
See you guys around town, and, we'll see you for the 4th of July.
Okay, see you guys soon, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, anything about the old business?
Yeah, so about the, couple issues, spray paint and, you're coming back about the driveway issue.
Sure am. There was gravel this morning at 3 o'clock when it was pissing and pouring. It's still laying out there.
So I reached out to the county, they said there's nothing they can do, essentially, there's only the specific ordinances that, we, like for lawns and stuff like that, they were like, can't do anything. And then I have an email here. I heard back from our lawyer, Graham, this morning. It took him a month to get back. He's like, hey, I emailed him right after the last one. I've been waiting on a reply for a month. And I finally got this, so, I mean, it's just like a paragraph. I can read it. Sorry for the delay. I reviewed the issue. Or this is about the spray paint. Absent there being some type of ordinance that prohibits spray painting from an aesthetic perspective, I do not believe the town can really involve itself in having the profanity removed. Any action taken by the town would fall under the First Amendment, and there are very broad protections for speech. Now, if the town had a zoning or general ordinance relating to upkeep or that spray painting was not approved, we may have an argument. To the extent that homeowners feel as though they are aggrieved by it, then we can attempt to bring a private nuisance action, but even that would be a bit of a stretch. Freedom of speech is a bedrock principle in the United States and is a heavy burden to overcome. Now, with respect to the drainage issue, my question is whether or not the change is affecting the drainage of the town. If it's simply a matter that the water is pouring onto the neighbor's yard, then it's a private action between neighbors and not the town's. So that's what I got from the lawyer on the issue. You can see that email too. It was a change between them.
And I
So,
knew, like I said, I knew the spray paint, there was nothing.
yeah, so.
But I didn't know about with it affecting the drainage, I didn't know what that could do. Because it's actually draining over.
It's made to go from point A to point B. Everything's going down Locust Street to that drain, okay? The town's responsible to make it sure it goes to that drain. He has diverted it around, so it don't go to that drain.
Well, in that case.
It's shooting it across the street into
Yeah.
me, okay?
Okay, so I'll be able to
Yeah, we should
give
be able
those
to do-
specifics to him,
I
and
mean-
we'll be able to do something about it.
Yes.
It's, I hate that it took a whole month for us to get to this point on it, but my hands were tied by waiting.
If I go over there and I bust it up and I move it, I'm gonna send the bill to you guys. And I don't want him to come out and say something to me, because he knows I'm worse than Brad.
Well, like I said,
I mean,
yeah, we have to do it the legal way, I mean, we can't just.
I understand this, but if somebody was diverting water onto your ground, by your house, you'd probably have an issue with it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying.
Considering
yeah.
there's a drain right there,
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's
it's
what
there
they're-
for a reason.
That's why I'm saying, I think we have something.
And it's not just for his sump pump coming out from under his house.
Right. Yeah, I'm not saying that at all, so I'm just saying that we have to wait, kind of do it however he tells us to do it.
Okay.
I don't know if we have to get the county involved on that, because that's, with us paying the county for a lot of that stuff, they do,
Well, you drove by there and seen how much that needs to be
I did.
taken out. It's not much.
And Brad said he would actually spray paint, or he will paint over that. When I talked to him, if, that gets taken care of, the weeds get taken care of, and the tree. And I've talked to Brian Stevens. I have not caught Kent yet to talk to him. And I have not caught Troy yet to talk to him about that tree. But, he does have some tree complaints, so.
The only thing that I've been able to do is send emails.
Yeah,
That's as far
no,
as
that's
they got
fine.
me.
We just need to follow up with, just, like I said, I'm not worried about the spray paint, because there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, yeah.
But if we can follow up with that saying he's diverting it from a drain. What?
Yeah, I just.
Because there's an actual drain there, so.
Oh,
I
yes.
went by and looked at it.
Oh, yes, there is a drain right there in the corner, and then the water that comes down Vine Street, running toward 550, it cuts back and shoots into the drain that is across the street. So, I mean, the
Yeah.
water doesn't run uphill, or I'd be satisfied with it going in both drains, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
So where's this at?
on Locust and Vine,
Who's,
So-
who's doing
it's Kent Davis. He had concrete put in there, and it raised it up to where the water comes down Locust Street, and when it hits his drive, it shoots it right across Locust onto the other side, and when it gets the other side, it shoots it right back over to me. And I'm not talking a little bit, I'm talking a whole lot. It moves his gravel into the road. I got gravel from his driveway in front of my lot. Okay, so, I mean, I'm not trying to be a pain about it, but,
No, I get it.
I mean, And you can drive through there and see where he dug the trench to run his sump pump line into that drain. You can see the difference in the color of the grass. And I mean,
Not good.
Which we can't-
well, it's not there just for him, it's there for,
We can do something about the sump pump, cause it's not supposed to be hooked up to the sewer.
it's running, I'll guarantee it. I can take you right to it. I mean, you can see the difference in the color.
So with what I sent over to Graham, I wasn't so specific that he gave me a reply, and I got this reply this morning, it was just infuriating. But, so with those specifics, then, yeah, I just need some backup on how to actually go about
So
that, make
let's,
sure everything right.
we've gotta, I'm gonna still go try to talk to Ken, but we need to talk to him about, because the sump pump's going into, the drain, and it's not supposed to go, no sump pump is supposed to go into any of the drains. It's supposed to just go out into your yard. And then also, because the concrete is diverting the water that's coming down the road from going into the drain and diverting it across the street, is the two issues that we have.
And just so I have it absolutely sure, what is the address of,
Do you know off the top of your head what Ken's address?
I mean, oh, I've got his name, I can't.
I sure, no,
I don't know that, yeah, I don't know.
I've been there 9 years and he ain't said a word to me. He looks away when I drive by. Never did anything to the man. I've waved at him. His wife's talked to me at Walmart. Not him. He's a different individual.
Like I said, I still plan on trying to talk to him and to, Troy about the tree. But and he talked to me about Brian Stevens about the weeds, and I noticed Brian has,
He's spread.
done something with the weeds, so. Is that all you got?
Well, now I got a couple more things, but, my son was gonna be here, but he had some things he had to take care of. He lives on Pearl, okay? As soon as you come off the high, you know what I'm talking about? There's a big brush sticking out right. I mean, my daughter-in-law and my grandson were walking a couple days ago and about got taken out on that corner. And I mean, the road is so narrow, it's one car basically. As soon as you come off the highway, you'll go straight on to, I guess that's Pearl.
And
Okay.
we've sprayed that once already.
You know where I'm talking about, right there on that there's a corner, there's a fella that lives right there, he drives around with the SUV with the dog all the time. And it's right there and it's crazy. But then once you go down and around, all those trees that's on the opposite side is already dangling down and they're pretty low on the road. But that one right there on the corner, it needs, I told him I was gonna do it myself, and he said, no, have them do it, it's, you know.
That's, my landlords own that, that's where I live, right on Pearl Street, and so, I mean, I've attempted to take a lawnmower through there, I know.
Well, no,
now-
this is like some kind of a bush or something right there on the
Right
corner
there
by
on
the
the corner,
telephone
like-
pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's all like weeds and stuff.
Sure,
Yeah, I
Cause
don't-
we cut them all down last year.
Really?
And then we've already sprayed it again this year.
Okay.
And so.
Oh, no, Teresa and Modi was walking and she about, it wasn't good.
So you gonna hit that again?
Yeah, what is it again tomorrow? Cause we're gonna do a bunch of mowing and everything. We didn't.
I've been washing it and it doesn't look like it's dying. Anything stronger?
Roundup ain't gonna do it.
I can make it stronger.
Go get some Magnum or some
Still kill my
command.
dog.
Keep your dog away from her.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
she does.
Cause that stuff's pretty good whenever it hits it.
Yeah, well, just see if you can, we need to, whatever you can, and spray it when you're done.
Yeah, cause we gotta use a saw blade on it.
Yeah, I try and go with the regular weed eater.
You just gotta be
something
real
like
careful cause of all the wires and stuff that are there.
Like I said, you don't have to get real close, but do as much as you can and then spray.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate that. I know my boy would.
And then also behind his house in that other curve where the rocks are and that drain is, I've noticed he's been standing those rocks up at the edge of the road. So whenever I take the trash trailer through there, I can't get over any further into the woods because I'll fall off into that
Right,
ditch.
okay,
So I keep running those rocks over every time he puts them up.
yeah.
So I don't know if there's a way we could possibly get that widened and.
Yeah,
get
well,
a drain
the
kind of barrier
reason he's
there.
doing that is because somebody he got him on video, he put surveillance up. And they I don't know for what reason, they went up into his yard and just left a hell of a rut all the way down through there. And they keep cutting that corner, and, I mean,
'Cause I mean, with that trailer and that.
oh, I
truck,
get that part
I
of it.
can't.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's a hell of a corner, it really is.
So, was your son mind if we
Fix
took
it
some,
for him?
put some rock out a little wider into his yard just a little bit?
Well, it's all riprap right there on that corner. There's a drain right there that runs underneath the road.
Honestly,
Can we do it ourselves, or is that something we probably need to?
I mean, you have to extend the drain further up into his yard. Because if we can pave it wider and put that drain under,
We probably won't be able to pave it until we actually do, but could you get a hold of, what's his name, in Sanford, and see what he'd charge us to maybe be able to do it?
I can see what we'll do.
Yeah, cause there's a pretty good gully on the other side of the road, you don't wanna go over there.
If you can do it, you know, by 3 foot or something.
Because honestly, I get far enough over, but it's like that tire, the front tire on the truck is about to go down the hill.
Yeah, you know,
So I kinda, that corner's just a real pain in the butt. That's basically the only pain in the butt corner we got besides the one that's right up the road from now.
yeah, I get it. Oh, I understand,
So
yeah.
we'll see about what we can do tomorrow as far as the weeds.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, we'll.
Cause I got a trimmer I was gonna take over, and he said, no, let's see what these fellows say about it first.
I mean, if anybody, like last year, Taylor came out there with the saw blade, I was right out there helping load it up. I'm more than willing to help. It's technically not my responsibility, I don't care, it's my landlord's, but I will absolutely help out to clear it. I just don't have the tools to do it.
Do you think can you, I saw somewhere that you can buy a thing with like, little pieces of metal sticking out to force,
The
yeah.
weed eater thing?
Can you get one of those without help?
Honestly, probably.
Would you see if you can't get one of those? I'm sure they're not expensive. They said it lasts forever. No, it's actually wired, it's
Yeah.
spooled into a thing, and it's
It's
somehow
not-
all spooled together. And then it comes out and it looks like weed eater string on 3 or 4 places.
But it's like super thick.
Yeah, it's real thick wire. That'll be a lot less work on you, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, let it do.
So see if you can get one of those. Is that it?
Well, I got one, the wife brought this to my attention, and you guys actually sent people through the town in the following year after I did it. We had 3 trees, what is the easement on trees by the road? Cause this is
I
gonna
don't
be.
remember off the top of my head, I'm gonna give it to you.
It's 15 feet.
Okay, well,
From the center of the road.
yeah, it's from the
12
center.
feet from the center.
I thought it was somewhere between 12 and 15.
You thought what?
I thought it was around the 12 or 13, some
I was
15,
thinking
something
12,
like
but
that.
like I said, I can't.
Either way you look at it, it was way close, it was closer than that, you can go measure it, I did it already. I paid to get 3 trees removed, cause when Hank was doing his thing, he would come down and he'd trim a couple of them, cause they were hanging over it, that's when they put the, heavy trucks signs in, you know, or the big trucks, whatever. They was knocking tree limbs down. I mean, I'd seen semis back down 267. So I went ahead and told him, I said, hey, I'm gonna get those taken out. Are they gonna come in town and trim around these lines and so forth and such? He said, well, it's probably gonna be a while. I went ahead and had those taken out. Then everybody keeps telling me the city should have did that. The following year, they came in and started doing the trees. And took the one down by, in between me and Henry, and a couple others that was over that direction. And, I mean, it'd be nice if I could get my reimbursement for it. I got the receipt, Mark Hall, or, Bilski did it,
Yeah, I don't.
or at least half of it. I'll go halvesies with you. I mean, cause
Yeah, I don't-
my understanding is, you know, I mean, hell, they took Brad's out, no problem.
I don't wanna tell you on that, cause I don't know, that would be something we just have to ask our lawyer and say, hey, is this, or we need to look at the ordinances to see, hey, do we cover trees?
Well, they do,
far.
because they took out the one that was right there at the edge of the alley, gonna hit, lines back there by Henry.
Really?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I know nothing about this, cause I must not. be
yeah,
on the
Carrie
board.
Jo Robinson did it,
Okay,
yeah. But Mark Bilski did, him and Court did the other three. So, I mean, I got the receipts to prove it.
like I said, we just need to find out on that, see if there's an ordinance of how far. Ask the lawyer whenever you're talking to him too, if there's, if we are responsible for so far, I don't know.
Well, Hank always told me that they would take care of the limbs that was hanging down if there was
Yes,
cause a problem.
right.
And it seemed like every time a storm come through, we'd lose limbs, big ones. And I would be the one out there cutting them up, dragging them out of the road. And then, the ones that Brad has a problem with next door, Bailey's parents, Stevens's?
Yeah.
Okay, their tree limbs are hanging all the way over to my lot, all the way over the road. And I know a good storm comes through, it's gonna take one of them limbs down, I'm gonna be cleaning the mess up. And I've yet to catch Bailey's dad and say, hey, those need taken care of. So,
And that's, like us, we had the neighbor's tree fall on us in our garage, and it was, insurance says it's just an act of God, so.
oh yeah, I get it, that's the reason I have never said anything about them fall,
That's
but
why I
now
don't
those
know.
trees are gone.
Yeah.
So I've never had to worry about it since,
And
but,
we had to clean it up and all that stuff, but it wasn't truly the neighbors, it's the property, but
right,
where it landed was us.
yeah.
So, like I said, let us do a little bit of research on that to find out.
Oh, I'll be back next month to find out.
You're fine.
Yeah, cause my wife is very persistent, and believe me, yeah, she rules the roost. I mean, hell, you've met her.
You're good. So, okay, anybody else got anything? What you got?
I got a drainage issue still.
So,
From when they came and did our new water line up Hamilton Street last year. Tore the crap out of my front yard. Totally broke down the berm that took everything to the drain on the corner. My husband has been out there and re-landscaped the yard several times. Even Taylor was kind enough to bring us some gravel to put out there. We did put the gravel down. The drainage is still an issue. I sent Jeff a video of it a couple months ago. At first, Jeff told me that you guys were gonna discuss it and maybe get the people that did the work. I don't want them coming back. I don't want them coming back out there with an excavator. We finally got our yard replanted. All I'm asking is if you have access to gravel, to bring a little bit more gravel so we can build up the berm right by our yard and direct everything down to the corner. Another thing, our neighbors who are not old, they're not young people, they're pretty old people, and they have holes where those guys dug in their yard. I guess they hauled off a bunch of dirt when they did all this work. I don't know where they took it, but they took it away. Anyway, they have huge holes. I seen the guy out there the other day, he can barely even get around, and he was out there with a shovel trying to shovel some of the gravel that was put down in front of the house. So I'm kinda speaking for them as well, because they really need gravel over there. If you guys can bring gravel, we met Taylor out there, we spread the gravel, all he had to do was dump it. My husband and I, we will spread the gravel, if they'll dump it, some in front of Patty and, the Dunstons there next door. If you'll dump some in front of their house, we'll be more than glad to shovel it as well and level it all out. But that's all I'm asking. I don't want anybody else coming in there and tearing up my yard again.
how many buckets do you think you need on that?
I honestly don't know. Cause he brought, 3 or 4 buckets that one day. And I still have a video after he brought that. When the water comes down the hill, it comes right across that open lot across the street from us and comes right down in our front yard and just pushes all that gravel into the yard. So all I need is a berm built up where we can divert it to the corner, cause we're the second house from the corner. The Dunstons are on the corner and that drain is in their yard. So if we can just get enough gravel and The mail lady keeps driving through my yard too, which makes me angry. I want to gravel, it used to be all gravel in front of my house, but over the years it just washed away.
What is that? Trying to remember the one that, when it rains and stuff, it almost sets it like concrete. The stone at Rogers, I can't remember the number of it.
Is that crushed lime?
Yeah, and it, I think, why don't you get maybe a trailer load of that? Let's start taking some of that over there, and then that'll kind of help both. And like I said, I don't think it'll wash it away then.
Right, and that's the thing, I mean, you guys, Taylor has been awesome about coming up there and trying to help us get it worked out. But they just took so much dirt, what Taylor did bring has worked its way down now, so we're kind of back to the same, but I don't wanna dig up my yard again, we just got the grass there for the 5th time since they dug the water line in there.
That's why I'm thinking, instead of just putting the, like, normal number 9 stone, I think it's 53 is what it is. And, it's got a powdery lime stuff on it, like Jeff said, and then whenever it gets wet and stuff, it almost sets almost like concrete.
Pretty sure that's the stuff that I've got.
Is it? How much do we have?
It's all behind the field. I mean, I think it was a dump truck load that I had, about half of that left. I could call them tomorrow.
Call
and
us
see if
to
they-
make sure, cause like I said, I think it's 53. I can't remember 100%.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean,
get you a few more loads up down there.
okay, that'd be great, and Taylor, if you just wanna give us a call, let me know when you're coming, we'll be out there, I mean, like I told you before, I don't get home until about 5 o'clock, but we'll be more than happy to spread it, you guys don't have to do any of that, you don't have to get those people back, I don't want those guys back in my front yard again.
So that if that's not what you have, let's get some of that, and see, cause it would be kind of expensive to have. And we'll do the rock around town anyways.
Yeah, which I kinda wanna, how Jones and Sons has out there, those bays. I wanna build 2 of those for behind the garage with enough room to where they can back their dump truck in, dump it, and we have a dump truck full of one kind of stone, another kind of stone, and then in the garage is all the sand, instead of just leaving it, because we're not gonna have that spot anymore, because they're using baseball field now.
You,
We don't have nowhere to put it.
do something whenever you can put a road type thing over the top of it, something in front to keep it from getting as wet, that stuff versus if you have number 9 in the other one, that's not gonna matter, but for that stuff where it's going to set up like concrete, maybe do something where it's covered more.
Cause Hank wanted to build one of those over there, and there was 2 kinds of stone he wanted to get, I think it was 53 and another kind, that way we had those for when we needed it, and then if I needed some of that stuff, whatever sets up, I mean, I could just go get a trailer full of it that day. That way we don't have pitfall just sitting out there and
What
getting
you guys
wet.
think, so what do you guys think?
Because I'd have to dig out part of that hill. I really don't like that rock. Cause between our loading thing for the sand thrower and the building, I was wanting to put it back there in the grass, but leave enough room so he can get it over between there, cause I don't know how close it is to the property line for him.
Let's go with that. Let's try that.
Trying to build that thing like Josephson has.
Yeah, and like I said, whenever you know that, right before you take her rock, that way you got a place to put it.
Well, I was gonna have,
No.
I'm gonna have to take it all out and then pour
You know
concrete.
where, you know where I live,
But
back
I thought
up
I'd
Locust.
bring it up and.
I'm on
what
the
you guys
corner, right,
think.
Larry and
You're
Lori
fine.
Cardinal's
I
own
might have
house.
an estimate for it.
That's where you turn the
I'll come
corner
back
and
with
it's
an
right
estimate.
there to go down.
But like I said, if we're gonna have to dig out.
I was just right there on
Put
the
it,
corner.
can you put it in the garage?
I've got
just for the summer for a little bit
that
to
lot
keep
and the
it-
next 2
There's
lots,
not gonna be any way I
Well, I
can
can
keep
do
it.
it.
going back toward 550,
Like I did
yeah,
the
cause
same.
Right.
I catch,
know, but
Henry catches me
just
outside,
in case
I
we
catch
get-
him outside.
Taking some down.
Yeah.
I've
I just
smoked
wanted to
ribs
say
and
it's gonna be out
barbecue
of the
for him and
weather
took it to him and his
we have
wife
it, so that
and
it's kinda.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, yeah.
just until you're able to get that done.
Where you live.
Yeah,
Let's do something
Just
like
right.
that. So
he
that,
sits
like
there
I
on
said, so it doesn't
67
set
Yeah.
anything up.
on Locust there, and
Yeah.
come on the next house, we're the only two.
So you'll wanna kinda drive over it a little bit whenever you get that stuff down.
Oh, yeah, we'll drive over it.
So, that it'll help pack it in, and then, like I said, as it rains, it's even gonna pack it in more.
Yeah, well, we've got, last time after Taylor brought, we ran the trucks over it a few times and tried to smash it down. We also have an RV over at my mother and father-in-law's house, so we can drive that over it and smash it down more.
Yeah,
but
that's good, I
Yeah,
just wanted you to know that's,
definitely, it'll have to be smashed down.
yeah, with that stuff, it's just gonna help,
Right,
so.
and I do appreciate it, I'm just like, I don't want those people back with excavators, I don't want my front yard tore up again. And I'm hoping that if we build a berm, maybe the mail lady will quit driving in my grass. We have enough easement for her to get to the mailboxes, but she insists on driving up to the mailboxes in her Jeep and then cutting out through my yard and then back out on the road. I have ruts this deep in my yard right now.
I think I would be out there.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll get that working now.
I thought about putting
Did
it
you
on.
say anything to the post office about it?
Yes, I did. I confronted her in the post office. I said, hey, listen, we had rock laid out there so that you have the opportunity to stay in the gravel when you come off the road. I would appreciate it if you would stay out of the grass. I've asked her, when, what's his name, Wayne was hauling, and we first planted the grass, we put those reflective sticks up there along the edge of the grass to kind of detour them out. The sticks were broke off. Cause when she delivered mail, she just drove over them. I told Adam, I said, well, we could put concrete blocks out there. We've got these great big concrete pillars down there at the mill. It takes a crane to move them. But I thought about putting one of those out there by the mailbox. So I finally caught her in there. I did not directly say anything to her. I said something to the postmaster lady, but she was standing back there. And I said, listen, I would very much appreciate it if you would tell the lady that delivers our mail to stay out of our grass. We've planted that grass 5 different times, and there's gravel there. There's no reason. She drives a Jeep. You know? And what aggravated me the most was my husband was out re-striping our RV over at his mom and dad's house up on the ladder when she came to deliver the mail on a Saturday. She pulls up to the mailbox, puts the mail in the mailbox, and then closes the mailbox and drives through our yard as she's waving at my husband on the damn ladder. And I'm like, he come in the house and he was mad. He's not here because he has a temper. So, I do too, but I've got a lot more niceness in me than he does. I'm just saying.
I'll work with you, I know.
Well, then you know that I have to be pushed really hard before I get irate.
Are you wanting to grab on the same spot it's in now?
Yeah, if you can do it all across the front of the house, cause it all used to be gravel. And then, of course, Patty and them's is in worse shape than mine. But if we can get it just where the water flows down
As
there,
long as that car's not in the driveway like it usually is.
I can have it moved. All I have to do is go over there and say, Patty, can you move your car, or can I move your car? And we'll move it over to my mother-in-law's house in the driveway. That's not a problem, because I talked to her about it too. She saw you delivering gravel to us, and she's like, what do you have to do that? I said, well, you have to talk to somebody. So, she asked me when I talked to you guys about ours, if I would talk to you about hers as well, because Tom gets out there, her brother, and he's at home all the time, and it takes him 3 days to mow that yard over there, so he's not in very good shape. And he was out there with a shovel the other day trying to shovel some gravel in a hole. But there's a hole out there near their water meter, where they dug in that new water meter, right there next to the privacy fence, there's a hole that deep. Some little kid goes running through the neighborhood and just happens to go through there, and they're gonna break their dang neck.
We'll get a trailer full of that stuff tomorrow, dump it over there.
But But I can get Patty to move the car, and if you go up to the door, she'll move it anytime. And I'll tell her that I'm gonna go back home tonight, and I'll see her outside, and I'll tell her, you know, that you guys are gonna start working on it, and be prepared to move the car. If she needs to park over at my mother and father-in-law's house in their driveway while you do it, that's fine.
What day you plan, do you think you could do it? Probably the first part of next week, Tuesday or Wednesday,
Well, we can go do that early in the morning tomorrow.
to get the rock?
Yeah.
And start putting it,
We can probably just do it tomorrow morning, as soon as we get back with it, and then after that, we'll just go start going.
go over there to do
And
that,
Get the weed.
get that first. When you go to town, see if I can get it, see if you can get that.
Yeah, if you don't mind, work on theirs first, so, cause we don't get home till the evening time to help out with it, so work on his stuff first. And if you wanna do next week or something on ours, it's great, just let me know what night, one day you're gonna come, and I'll make sure we're home and ready to help.
Zach get hold of me, I can get hold of whatever.
I think he's got my number too.
Probably 20 years.
Anybody else got anything?
And
What's the dog ordinance in town?
We've been through this.
Yep.
And there's not a whole lot we can do because it's, the cops have even been here, we've talked to the cops about it. And they said,
Not zoned or nothing?
there's not a whole lot truthfully that can be done. Somebody's gotta be here to be able to enforce the ordinances. And that's the sheriff's department, they sat here and told us that day that, I know what you're talking about. And I wish that you could just walk up and shoot the dog. That's what needs to happen, but
Correct.
the only thing you can do is whenever it starts to attack, be prepared.
Where's
That's what
this
you have
at?
to do.
By the ball field.
I will say we have started
It's
hearing
good
every
rules.
time we go outside.
Well, now, don't discriminate again, I put a blue pit, but he's a he's a puppy, and I got a shot collar on him and everything. I mean, he'd lick him to death before he'd attack you, believe me.
This one chases you.
Well,
So they
that's why I was
can run
asking,
loose in
because
town? Animals can run loose?
We don't have an animal control to be able to do that. to do
I know,
that
but
with
they
it.
still, they
This is
can't.
there with the
dog.
Does it back?
it's right behind the
Okay,
ball
no,
field.
but what can we, there's not nothing.
Because
nothing we
there's
can
no
do.
ordinance, that's what I mean, because there's no
There's
ordinance,
two of them.
animals.
Even with
There's
an
nothing
ordinance.
to it, plus you
Even
have to
with an
enforce
ordinance,
it.
yeah, you know, there's no money to
It's
enforce
what?
it.
One dog's pregnant.
Yeah, it's, Kirby's.
He won't do that.
I will say, I talked to a stater yesterday, and he said he was gonna see what he could do.
Hey, anything we can get, because those dogs are
He
mean
said-
and need, something needs to happen.
Because I told him what the county said, is shoot him if
Yeah.
I need to. He kinda gave me the look of, you shouldn't do that.
Well, you shouldn't, but
He said that he's.
I
gonna
carry
see
when
what-
I'm outside, and if a dog comes at me and is gonna bite me, I guarantee it.
My wife walks our dog up the road and around the park and back down, and she carries her pistol.
that dog is across town, and if you go across the highway, that dog will chase you.
Well, that's what I'm afraid, my daughter-in-law and my grandson,
Where she lives?
Yeah.
It's, yeah,
well, let him chase me.
well, that's what I'm saying, I wish somebody would,
Shoot it.
yeah, would take
Who
care
owns
Go
of it.
ahead and say it.
Kirby's,
Who's?
Kirby's.
It's Kirby's pets.
Kirby's?
Yes.
You know, the Kirby's.
Yes.
Yeah. And they chased her with my granddaughter.
Yeah, that's no good.
No, and
No.
I'm the same
I'll
way.
top
I'm
cat
like,
like that,
yeah,
I'll guarantee it.
I didn't know until
I've
she
known
called
Kirby
me.
30 years, and I'll guarantee he ain't gonna say a word.
It got a hold of Sue's dog.
Really?
Yes.
Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, it's something, it's already done something, and it chases too
Well,
many people.
it's back, both of us back, me back in the yard.
Well, county should do something about that then.
And we asked them at the board meeting, and they're like, if they come up there, shoot them. And that's what they said.
I know somebody shouldn't be getting bit.
No, nobody should be
I
getting.
know.
It
nobody
shouldn't
should
have to
be
happen
getting
for
hit.
them
I know,
to do
but you got
anything about
kids,
it.
and you got kids at the ballpark that come to the ballpark
Right.
now, and
Exactly.
it shouldn't be the point of somebody getting bit
No.
before.
And I told the guy down there, I said, hey, that dog's over here, you do what you gotta do.
But that
So-
stander did say he's got a couple people that he's gonna try and keep around the area that like to do stuff like that,
Good.
so.
Yeah, so we've talked to the cops several times,
Oh, we
or
did
the
too.
sheriff's
We
department.
did too, we were just checking to see what.
Yeah,
there's
I
nothing.
wish, yeah, cause they would be the one that would have to enforce it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's nothing, if we have the ordinance, they have to enforce the ordinance, but even at that, it was like, they didn't wanna do anything really about that. There's not much that they can really do, cause they don't have a shelter to take them to, or anything, it's just like they let them go.
I always thought that when a dog attacked another dog or attacked something, at least that'd be checked. You know, or,
Yeah,
but they didn't, it was a blow off.
Yeah, and that, like I said, it's sad because,
Yeah, cause there's kids around that neighborhood.
You're exactly
Or there's
right.
adults walking, cause they're not,
I walked down there the other day and I didn't see it, but
They killed
it's
the
probably a good
dog.
thing.
They killed the dog.
Well, I was gonna say,
I got a 380 in the back of my pants that says he ain't biting me.
Sue, we have been on the lookout, and if we see it in your yard, we're gonna try to lure it and take care of it, is what we've been trying to do. So,
that's ridiculous. Like I
Cause
said,
you got dogs too.
yeah.
she got a pit bull, but that dog just licked you.
That's how mine
She
is.
actually.
He's a-
Yeah,
she
I'm not
barks right
saying
now.
all of them.
I'm not
so I
saying
don't
all
know.
of them.
I'm not saying.
It's how the owners are.
Your dog bites somebody, Bridget?
Yeah, I know.
It's all because of how the owners treat them.
She's gonna be herself first.
But anyways, yes, that is, I had no better news for you than that, no.
Well,
I don't know what we need to get Sue to carry with her, but we need to get Sue something to carry with her so that she can have to bring on anything.
I got a ball bat, I'll bring her.
But the problem with that is I'm
I got something I
afraid
carry.
with something like that,
Yeah, you might not get it good enough for.
well, not even that, is the speed of those dogs.
Yeah.
They're fast.
True.
They're fast.
I would like her to have something that was like, if she doesn't hit it, she's gonna scare the crap out of it and take it the other way.
Yeah,
I know that's not good to say, but
right,
it's the truth, that's better than somebody being hurt.
exactly.
I don't care if it's Sue hurt or a kid hurt, nobody deserves to be hurt.
No,
So,
not because somebody's dog.
or get some pepper spray and just spray in the eyes real good.
get you some bear spray.
Yeah.
Just make sure the wind's not blowing towards you when you
Yes.
spray it.
No, just make sure it's away from you, Sue.
But,
You would see me coming.
because when we were at Weezer's last month, when we were sitting there in Kirby's yard, cause we had to lift his lid up for it to read it, we turned that corner and that dog's sitting right there in that corner of that tree. And I didn't see it until after I turned and it was right there next to me. So,
When you do stuff like that, you gotta be around it. I don't care if you have something in the truck. Ready to be safe and sorry. If you need to have something for protection like that, do what you gotta do. Anybody else have anything? What you got?
I need to bring up, what the issue with the vacation pay for Taylor, where he was on vacation and had to come in.
Hey, I'm gonna cut out of here. I gotta get up at 2 in the morning, so.
we'll-
Thanks a lot. I'll get back with you guys about
You can
this.
holler at me anytime, Bubba.
All right.
Have a good night.
Funny. So, I've got a log of the hours and everything, but I wasn't able to find any definite answer from State Board of Accounts, from our insurance or anything.
Later
Just
in the
able
day,
to
but
supply me with like
I know
a
you
employee
brought-
record sheet and stuff like that. So
It's
what
fine.
I've come up with is I need
Bigger works with,
some
yeah.
sort of number.
I don't
Do I pay him
hate
time and a half for his
that
hours,
sounds like,
double time? And
Like I
from what
said, all you have to do is dump the gravel and shovel.
what we
Well,
do about it.
we'll get through none of that stuff, but I'll take care of it.
And if those-
We'll just use it all right there.
And yeah, kind of the.
I appreciate it, and I'll let Patty and then.
Counted as vacation time, which it wouldn't be assumed for like those hours. Which really. depends
All right,
on the
well, I'll let Adam know you'll be there at 5 o'clock on
So
Tuesday.
can you reimburse
thank you.
his hours spent and then give him time and a half for the hours he worked? You want me to give him like his hours back in vacation?
Yeah, I would have to double check the actual.
How many hours did you end up working?
How is this?
First, that's like one day.
Do we have
Good,
a
still-
system or is this what it is?
Right now, it's on a pad paper, but I do have a page that the insurance sent me over last week.
Well, I just didn't know how they like clock in.
What do you think?
Oh,
Did you? You'll get another day of vacation and then time and a half for that day that you worked. So you got,
That'll work, because Thursday I gotta take off anyway.
Yeah.
Because they're finally gonna do my roof
Maybe.
after 3 months.
so you'll have, are you okay with that, Dylan? That's what Jeff
That's
said.
not gonna hurt, what? Give him back his vacation time and pay him time and a half, sounds reasonable to me.
Give him
It
back
just
that.
sounds like working overtime, so, you know, overtime is often time and a half.
So you'll just get time and a half for that day and you'll get one more vacation day. So if you have to work, just kind of keep track of any time you're on vacation and that kind of be the rule.
So from now on,
So if we need you, don't take vacation.
Yeah.
Every time you go
If
on
you're in
vacation.
Florida and you have to come back, that does not count as drive time.
Okay, that's what I need on that. I do have this form here.
Oh, somebody better make a motion on that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a motion to reimburse vacation time and pay time and a half.
He can't.
Huh? Okay. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
I feel like we haven't done one of those in a while.
Yeah.
I don't think we did last week.
You guys are a little rusty.
about 3 months since that happened.
It's been a minute.
So,
Been fielding so many complaints and stuff.
okay, yeah, that's
Wow.
I've got this is through a recommendation from Patty Roark, co-treasurer of Everettsport. This is how they take debit card payments. It's through this company called paygov.us out of Indianapolis. If you guys are familiar at all, they sent me over this stuff. If you guys want to
Is there a
check
monthly
it out.
fee or anything on it?
No, it's completely free. They they charge however many dollars, a couple bucks on each.
Credit card?
Yeah.
Is it a consistent amount or is it like a percentage?
I believe it's a percentage. That's actually in here somewhere.
It's like up to like $1.50 or $2, like
Yeah.
juice, stuff like that.
It could be up to like $4.50, $5. It could be a little steep, but I mean, people have been asking me about debit card payments, so this is what I found for that. It does need board's approval, but if you guys want to take a look at it, or want me to send over emails, anything to, I mean, I
That's our
talked to
quick
her.
question, I know, some of the companies charge, some of the card companies don't. You may just see if there's anything else.
Kind of shop around.
Just look around just a little bit before we make our decision, and next month we can make a decision.
Gotcha.
Just to see if there's something that's, just to try to help our residents, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Tax collectors are assessed a 2.5% convenience fee, for anything over $40, and a minimum fee of $1 will apply. If under $40,
They call it a convenience.
charge, wait, okay, this might be different.
Yeah, it's not really
People
convenient for me to pay
charge
extra.
the cardholder a 4.95% convenience fee. A minimum fee of $4.95 be assessed for operator-assisted transactions. So there's different types of transactions. So if that one thing,
Yeah.
and this says mobile app payment, so that people be able to pay online too, is that?
Yeah, we actually have a website as of 2 days ago, brewsvillindiana.org. It's up. There's not much on it. I gotta do some editing and everything. But there'll be a section where they
Relate to
could,
that.
yeah, that'd take them directly to that.
Cause I feel like if people are wanting debit card payments, me personally, it'd be more, I'd be looking for just like straight up online. Cause
Yeah, they could go to
Cause like
that
coming in here in
website.
person to pay with a debit card. is
Yeah,
like
no, they
less
could go to
convenient
that
than check.
site, but we would also have that on our site too.
Okay.
So that's
I mean, I do think that would be a nice thing to have. I'm
Yeah.
not opposed to like shopping around for better, you know, situation.
Yeah, I'll see, and I've been in contact with like the rep from them, so I'll let them know, hey, I'll go shop around.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I don't know if
We'll
that would be
vote on it
something
next
we'd have to
time.
like vote on
Maybe
next
we wanna
time.
vote on it just to make sure.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
It's good, but-
you have my pre-approval, cause I think it would be a great thing.
yeah,
I think it'd be great to do, I'm not saying,
Right.
I would just like to see if there's anything a little bit more convenient for the garden.
I bet everything's gonna have some sort of,
Is it
Brandon, is that it?
a mine? So an explosive?
Yeah.
Oh!
Is it a mine?
Well, it looks like one of those things on the front of a vault door at a bank.
Thing that you have to order it off Amazon.
Really?
Get y'all.
It's not Ruger to order it.
is this
Okay,
like
what- here.
the weed eater 4,000 thing?
You wanna get two of them, so we can
You
put
did?
them on both weed eaters?
Be there tomorrow, 8 AM.
Actually, get.
Yeah, okay.
I thought you go ahead and get 3 of those because,
Your wife's passed.
yeah, if you get 3 of them, you can get 3 of them for, $25. $24.99, so. You may just send that to Ruger, but yeah, get it for both weeds, that way you have an extra one.
Yeah, send it
If
to the
something
town
else.
email.
6 blades?
Yeah, I was
I didn't do it.
Cool.
That'd help a lot with water, unless you want weeds.
probably haven't seen it. I guess.
Yeah, I'll look into the debit card. And it seems like a reputable company too. I mean, Everett Sport recommended them. It's just like we have checking routing number information that they would have. So,
You're fired today too.
what?
Who?
Today's payday.
What?
Today's payday
Yep,
For what?
for us.
yep.
Every 3 months? Or every 4 months?
Hold on.
So I'm working for free now.
No. January, February, March,
You pay
April,
April.
May, June. Okay, my bad. Can I mail it to you
No.
guys?
You just make it tomorrow.
Okay, got you.
That's
That's
fired until the checks are done.
Oh, well, that's an every 3 months thing.
You had him scared.
Sorry. Well,
Is there a mountain?
I did not realize that.
My bad.
I said anything about that house up for me on the court, the curb, that part, where all the shit's going up,
Oh, that's,
Not on Depot Street.
Mulberry.
Is that,
No, I did
there were 4 addresses that I gave to the county. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they'd be one of them.
I mean,
Yeah, because Taylor went around and got all the addresses.
Yeah, whatever he gave me, I sent to the county.
You got one off Mulberry, right?
For what?
the,
Yard.
Oh, yeah, to the windows.
Yeah.
Cause I drive by there every morning going to work, and I'm afraid they leave bicycles in the road and everything
holy
else.
smoke.
Oh, yeah. They can't get in the yard.
Well, cut it.
I'm not.
No, not you, them.
Yeah, right.
That's the one by the park, right?
Yeah,
The yellow house.
used to be, no, Dave and Ellie used to live there years ago.
Where the stop sign is, it's right there in that corner where all the brush is.
Next to, what's his name?
Pretty sure I gave you that one.
Joe Steffi.
If not.
Well, Joe Steffi's at,
If you
yeah,
got the list
at
still,
Caddy
I
Corner
can
from
look
him.
I got the email.
Not the yellow
I'll check
house,
for it.
Not the yellow.
Not the one on the same block as the
That's
park.
like the thing where we have the.
Yeah.
ordinance about the-
Yeah, because there's the yellow one, that I and Joe own.
Brandon,
And then the one across the street. Yeah.
Because for the last 2 weeks, there's no trash and there's no cars in and out of there. Somebody mows the front of that yard up,
Which house, this one? I'm on by the park.
one by the park. It's like they just mowed the front.
She was driving up to the window, so I don't know, if she was crawling in the window, so you couldn't get in the door.
Yeah, no, because they had so many trash bags of clothes and stuff. There's a bunch of bags that we've been leaving here lately because people are filling them with clothes and they're so heavy you can't get them up.
Heck.
There's a house down the hill that decided to put all their tile flooring in a trash bag and we went to pick it up and it just ripped, so we just left them all in there.
Yeah, they're all supposed to be over 20 pounds.
Oh, it's 25 now, ain't it?
20 pounds.
Well, let's make sure everybody's aware of that. I guess everybody's aware of
Yeah,
that.
I'll check.
I'm not the only one that sees it.
Yeah, no. I put
You
it
just see it
around
more
there.
than we do.
Every day. Well, I see it at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. Nobody else sees it until they get up.
I'm only going on 4. I said I'm only doing 4.
Where you go?
Indy.
Let's go to India every day.
For what?
Work.
You get a lot of Facebook done.
He doesn't want he's driving.
Well, yeah.
We ain't on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are.
I do believe.
Cut that part out.
Cut out the last.
Don't be looking
Well,
for a
second,
black
not live stream.
pickup truck.
Capability, just follow Town of Bruceville, IN on
You're the
YouTube.
black pickup truck.
I know.
You have to. Alright, so I had the town account last month, it didn't balance because there was the issue with the card. I've since had that debit card reactivated, I'm doing everything off the credit card. Debit card just seemed like it was getting weird charges from Apple or Microsoft, so I make vouchers for those, basically like checks out and then label that as fraudulent card activated or fraudulent charge.
Dylan can go over that with you if you want, since he's right there, that way you don't make that.
Oh, I don't have those actual vouchers, I can print those, I just have.
I'm just saying for your numbers.
Oh, okay, yeah, so. That's.
Dylan's gonna do it. He's a numbers man.
Those outstanding checks.
Number is the same as that number.
That is good. And now, I did mention how I was, using the Keystone software to kind of make technically these bank recs quicker, but learning it has been slower. So a lot of these I'm doing like the old way that we've seen a lot, and been a lot of stuff going on to where I haven't been able to devote a lot of time to doing the fancy way of bank recs. So they're all balanced, they're all good, it's just the old way. I don't have all the nice printouts and everything, so here's, anyway, I put little stars next to it later. Get fancy.
Get fancy on you.
Yeah. Let's go.
So the meter's set.
Here is that.
That's ball field.
Oh, it's this one, no.
Yeah, like I said, we rushed to the tender, but we didn't know if it was.
That's the town account.
That number is the same.
So now they gotta see if all that's working.
Next, we're gonna do that. He said I can put it
The water
in that when
accounts.
they put the thing in, the meter in. Did he run?
Well,
Nick tell you, just let you know,
I almost been just like the company.
and he'll come do it.
Cause you still gotta do the other lights on
This
there.
is wastewater.
Things done.
I texted that somebody did.
She told me.
You're just gonna get that little thing to put on the back of the truck.
That is the same.
You got anything exciting for us?
Now, the investment accounts, thank you,
You're supposed to
ones
be
last
the
two.
knowledge.
I receded them into the wrong line, so I had to write it on here. But come next month, it's easy to do, it's so easy to accidentally proceed it to the right, to the wrong month. So that's why that's the monthly transfer amount for 501, and then the dividends, 124.
If they were on the
Take
agenda.
those out.
Our other reporter covers
That number's the
BZA.
same.
It has to go
Same
to
thing
the
with
county level, so.
And it's still just down here. But I mean, just north of here.
I think so, yes.
Yep.
But I'll have to double check that.
Let us know if you hear.
So my other reporter's supposed to be there tonight, so if it's on the agenda, they should discuss it, talk about it. Whether they vote or not, I'm not sure.
No, that's fine. Yeah, if you just hear something, just let us know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good, buddy. You check it. That's all
I cheated. They're all starred on paper, they're the same.
The trustee.
I didn't, what's nice is, it doesn't matter which one of us checks it, just as long as one of us checks it and then kind of keeps him in, so that way
Gotcha.
I'm 100% fine. You're,
I was looking on your shoulder, you're all right.
If you guys ever need more
I'm not
detail,
yes.
if you're curious about a check or anything, I'll be as transparent as possible. You
That's
guys
all.
know I'm not up to no funny business here. Sometimes I rip my hair off trying to get things to balance because I make dumb little mistakes, but I fix them.
How's that baby?
He's awesome. He's the best.
Like me to dad?
Am I a good dad? What?
You'd like.
Oh, yes, I'm a good dad, but I also like being
I
a
didn't
dad.
ask you that.
No,
Rest easy, brother.
no, I love it. It's fantastic.
Remember you were nervous?
Nervous?
I remember you was getting nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I always look nervous.
What is Burger not nervous about?
But, nah,
Brandon made a nervous while ago when he said you're fired. He said, huh? Huh?
Just starting to get settled in.
yeah. If I would understand if I'm fired.
I had no authority to fire anybody.
I could rescue you.
Yeah, we did.
That's what he told me, but. Did you hear it? For the rest of
Anything else? Is that pretty much it?
I don't have any business.
Something to be thinking about before we close this meeting is, fall cleanup's gonna be coming up on us before long. So we'll kind of think of dates.
Like with the dumpsters, that's October, ain't it?
Did you ever find out, did he ever charge us?
Got nothing.
Did
So,
you not come up here the other day?
I'm not anything.
We got the dumpsters all for free then.
Well, I mean, if there's, who do I, what?
He's pissed
Why?
because he hasn't got paid yet.
I have not, if I don't get an invoice, I don't get something that tells me how much to pay.
He stopped me behind the baseball field like last week, asking me where. Yeah, it was some old guy. He was pissed. He got out of the truck.
Oh, God, Brownie.
Then,
Do they know?
do they not know how to
send
bill?
an invoice?
I've
He said,
never
"Where
gotten
do I
anything."
You
go
gotta
to
stay
get
on the
paid?"
top of Mike. I mean,
I'll call Mike. Was it gray haired guy or a black haired guy?
I want to say it was great.
You sure?
It was an older. It was
I've
an
gone
older
through
That's
every
Brownie.
piece of
That's
mail,
Brownie.
every email, I've scoured
guy.
for
Well,
it.
he was pretty pissed that day because
Well,
they both like
he
waited
could-
me down.
That's just annoying. That's dumb. Send me something. Like I've had a couple. Like Mettler Toledo was one where they were like sending me, oh, we haven't
I'll
got
call
paid.
him.
I'm like,
I'll
tell me.
call him because,
Make up a number, $5.
I bet he doesn't realize that they have to send out a bill.
That's how I operate.
I mean, I saw the accounts were good for the money, unless they're charging something astronomical, we can afford it.
But anyways, that's something we need to be thinking about.
Okay.
Let me check the Colts schedule, and I'll tell you
no, sweet.
what hours I can work.
What about the yard sales? I want to make sure I'm on top of that, putting that on,
That's
water bills.
what, Labor Day,
Yeah,
weekend before
probably
Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend, okay.
So where's Labor Day fall this year?
I think September 1st.
On Monday, every year.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Monday,
Is it
September
September?
first. So it would be that technically, like,
For
August
Saturday.
30 and 31st, leading up to September 1st.
No, it'd be the 29th and 30th.
That's a Friday.
the week after Labor Day though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what I wondered, if it would be the week.
Yeah, I think it is the week after.
Cause then that Friday is the 5th, Saturday is the 6th.
So yeah, probably the 5th and 6th.
I'll put that on this bill, I
You
think.
mean 6 and 7? The 5th is on Thursday. No, the 5th is on
Friday.
The
Friday.
5th is on Friday. Of September. I'm just looking at the calendar. I think it's right.
I'm not a numbers guy.
That means that my birthday is on Sunday.
Whoa, happy birthday.
Got a couple months yet.
You're lucky the camera's on.
before we know it.
Yeah.
Colts got a football team on that.
Well, they always have a football team. I don't know if they'll be worth the shit or not. I like watching.
Better than the Rams.
I was like watching the Bears every year. It's boring.
Shut up.
At least watching the Rams who watch winning football.
This meeting's adjourned. I can't fire you. I can't fire you.
We're gonna have medical issues again.
I'm a Bears fan, so I have to.
We're just as bad. Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
historically, the Colts fans are great. Ever since 2019.
Did you get rid of all the water?
Yeah, I shut somebody off and gave them like 4 cases.
Why?
Because I'm nice. and it's free.
We're just coming out here to get some.
I was going to get some for 4th of July.
I'll get you some more. The guy that drops it off, my parents like stopped dropping it off, but they still have some, so I can bring some more up.
Oh, that's alright.
There's that case on the ground. You can take that. I've just been pulling balls of water out that.
No, go ahead, I'll do it for you, Bob.
What's asleep?
So you'll have those checks tomorrow?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I just had
It
one.
seemed like I just paid you guys. You guys always need paid.
It was like 3 months ago.
I was told that we get paid Thursday this week, right?
Yes. Yes.